Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen and another episode of Marching In with Casseroles, our collaboration we're doing for the month of March. We have 16 other channels. I'm sure you've already been watching many of them. I mean, this is what, the 24th of the month. So you've had 24 days of videos. I do put the playlist down below for you. It's right underneath in the description, and then I've got the entire month listed out by day and a link to their channel so you can actually click on it from there. So you got two different places you can look at it there. You can also go over to gregs-kitchen.com, which is my website, and on the top right corner, I think that's your right, you'll see the little Marching In with Casseroles 2023. Just click on that. It's going to give you the entire list too. And we have all kinds of great casseroles that they've been putting out this month. I mean, I've already got a few that I'm going to make. I told Daz I was going to make him his. His is from, he's the gentleman from Australia that's been in my collaboration the last 2 years. And Jenny Goff, I love hers. There's just all of them. I think I'm going to end up making them all because they all sound really good. And it's a big difference in what we've been having because the last 2 years we've had some original ones, but we've also had a lot of, you know, updated versions. But this year we're getting a bunch of them that are brand new to me. I haven't seen them. I'm sure maybe you've seen them, but I just haven't seen some of these, and they really sound great. So today, after I get all this onion skin off of me in the trash, we're going to do a sauerkraut and brats casserole. Some of the things I'm going to put in there might sound kind of strange. I like the flavors of them together, so that's why I put them together. I think you'll like them too. If you want to leave something out, you're more than welcome to, but it really tastes good, so I'd leave it in if I was you. So let me get a big bowl that I can put everything into. First, I'm just going to do my onion. I've got a whole white sweet onion, and I'm just going to do it slices like this so I can make them into little strips, little half moons, because they're going to mix in with the sauerkraut. So you might want to just cut it in half first and then do it so you have smaller pieces. You don't want it real large slices because you don't want a big old chunk of onion in there, but the onion's going to melt down into the casserole with the sauerkraut because we're going to cook this for 1 hour at 350 degrees. So let me get these in there. That's half of the onion. All right, let's get this other one chopped up. There we go, and then I'll just right down the middle. Easier to pick up. And just spread those out in there. And then, let me rinse my hands off because I got onion juice all over me. Probably should open this first because now I'm going to try to do it with wet hands and it's not going to work. Let's put dry them off as good as I can. I did buy sauerkraut, so I do have a few jars left from last year, but they're in our storage unit. It's climate controlled, so everything's fine there because we just don't have enough room here, and I can't wait till the cabbages get on this summer and fall so I can make my own homemade cabbage. Let me see if I can get that off with my wet hands. I cannot, so let me bang this. There we go. Okay, I got it. That was hard, especially with wet hands. So, I have 1 quart, which is what, 32 ounces? If I'm right, yes I am. 32 ounces is a quart. So we're going to put the 1 quart of sauerkraut in with the onions. And we're not going to drain the juice. We want that juice in there with it. That juice is good for you, especially if it's fermented and not just canned sauerkraut or cabbage. The fermented juices in there are good for your gut. They have a lot of good probiotics in there, so they're really good for you. There we go. Put that over here. Now, one thing I do like to add is potatoes, and these are potatoes Mom brought to me that she had canned. She left her lids on. I haven't taken them off. I usually take my lids off. There we go. Pop the seal. And I'm just going to drain off the liquid. Now remember, these potatoes are already fully cooked. It's great having canned potatoes. You can make a real quick, well, sauerkraut, potatoes, and sausage dish. You can heat them up and mash them. You just have instant potatoes ready on the shelf. You just got to heat them up. So I'm just going to put those in there. And I will check just to make sure they're all kind of the same size. If they're a little bit big, I might just take a knife and cut it in half. So we're not getting a big old mouthful of potato. There we go. The rest look pretty good. So we got the potatoes, we got the sauerkraut. I like to then put in my brats. Now you can get the ring sausage, whatever kind of smoked sausage you like. These are just smoked brats. So I thought I'd try these. These are Johnsonville. You don't have to get Johnsonville, you get whatever you like. But most of the time people will make this without the meat in it, maybe put a little bit of bacon, and then you can just serve it with ham or, you know, pork chops or something. But I like to make it a complete dish, a casserole. So I like to put the meat in there. So I'm just going to slice these in little bite-sized slices. And again, this is fully cooked. So basically, oops, run away. Nothing we're putting in here is uncooked. Well, sauerkraut's not cooked. It's, well, I guess I cooked it when they canned it, but it's fermented. So let's throw these in. And one's down on the floor. He's a runaway. I have to get him in a little bit. Actually, Brody will probably find him. Get all these cut up. This is also good if you have like a nice tart apple, to put an apple in there. I think I have a sauerkraut recipe on here that I did that with applesauce and an apple and some cinnamon. It was really good. Okay, I think I am done with cutting, so I'll get rid of this. Rinse off my hands again. Using them latte, the best utensils I got. Okay, so now into this, I'm going to put 1/2 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Just kind of brings down the tartness and the tanginess of the sauerkraut. And this is 1/4 cups, so I'm just going to get 2 of these. And the brown sugar. Now I'm going to use the same measuring cup, because basically brown sugar, those of you that don't know, if you ever run out of brown sugar, you can make your own if you have molasses and white sugar. That's all this is white sugar with molasses. But if you want light brown sugar, just a little bit of molasses. Dark brown sugar, a lot of molasses. Make it whatever you want. So if you ever run out and you got molasses in your pantry with some white sugar, you can make your own. So I don't mind getting a little white sugar and then bag using the same measuring cup. Okay, I'm also, after I break up these clumps of the brown sugar, I'm going to put in a can of petite diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted. I just want to see what the flavor is with that tonight. Usually I just use a regular petite dice, but I'm going to try the fire roasted, see if that extra flavor it gives to it. I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. This gives it just a little bit of a bite. I mean, ginger has a little spiciness to it. So on top of the tanginess of the sauerkraut, sweetness of the tomatoes, we're going to get a little bite from the ginger. And maybe about 2 tablespoons, of mustard. I just shook that mustard up so it's ready to come out. Doo-doo. Get another. I think I need to buy another container of mustard. I think I had just about enough. So I'll put that over here and get that mustard off my fingers. And that was a spicy Dijon that I'm using. You could use plain yellow mustard, but I like the Dijon a little bit better. And the last thing is I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce, probably maybe a 1/4 of a cup, maybe not a third. Whoops, it's already 2. I shook all these down so they'd be ready to go. And I got them up in the cap. We're just going to bring this all together. Make sure you get that sugar mixed in. Like I said, we're going to do this for an hour at 350 degrees. I already got it all heated up back here. Ooh, this smells good. Now, I didn't put any salt and pepper in here yet. I probably won't need much salt at all. Let me get a little taste of the juice with this meat. No salt needed. A little black pepper. What I like about this is when it's roasting off the colors of all this together when it comes out of the oven. Now let's just hope it'll fit in my 2.5 quart casserole dish. Looks like it might not. If not, I'm just going to put a little bowl at the side, bake it off separately. It's got brown sugar in there. And then I'll have a small one that I can take to work this week for lunch. Let's be careful pouring it in here. It will splash because we did not drain the juice off that sauerkraut. I'm going to try my best to get it all in one. There we go. Now as it cooks and some of that liquid cooks off, evaporates in the oven, it's going to go down a little bit. Potatoes are going to go down a little, so this will be a lot less once I take it out of the oven. Just getting it to the oven is going to be fun because I got a lot of broth there. I am going to get a little bit of that broth off there, so I don't want all that spilling in my oven. Once again, Greg should have got a bigger casserole dish, but I thought this was going to be perfect. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to put this in the 350 degree oven. It's already preheated. It went off a few minutes ago, and I'll be back in about an hour. Kind of check your oven, make sure how it's doing in about 45 minutes, because we're going to cook this uncovered. And depending on how fast your oven cooks, or if you're using a convection oven, it could start burning a little bit of the top on the sauerkraut and the onions. So now as we all hold our breath as I try to get it to the oven. And made it. I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, we're back. It's been exactly an hour. I've been watching this. I did about the last 10 minutes. I put it on because I have a convection and then I have super convection, which is double the speed. So I did put it on the convection just to get the top browned off a little bit more. Now I'm going to try to get this out of here without burning myself. There we go. Ooh, that looks good. It smells wonderful in here. Okay, so let's get a spoon. I know I don't want to taste this yet because it is bubbling away. So we'll dip it out, get a little bit of temperature change out of the dish. Now it does still have a nice broth in here. So if you wanted to smash these potatoes up and put some of that over top of them. And if you didn't have the potatoes in here, you could make some mashed potatoes. This will go real great over there. That with some broth. Get this out. There we go. I'm going to let this cool for a minute. Okay. I'm going to get just a bite of this. I know I'm going to burn my face. I just want to see all these flavors that are in here. I think the barbecue sauce. Now this is the first time I made this with the mustard, the barbecue sauce, adding that to it. Okay, it is hot. As you know it, you can see the steam column. But those flavors are great. I can taste the onion and tomato right on top, and then the sweetness of that brown sugar. That's nice. The onions are not crispy or crunchy at all. That's delicious. Y'all need to give this one a try. It's basically a nice sauerkraut dish that you can serve at any time if you don't put the meat in it. You could serve it with meatloaf. You could serve it with I don't know, anything, sausages, mashed potatoes, and put that right over top. It'd be delicious. But give this a try. Don't forget to go back and give everyone else's a try. What's the day? The 24th. So you've got 23 other casseroles before this, like 6 or 7 more coming in the next week before the 31st, which on that day I will be doing a random comment drawing from the random comment checker on the internet from one day that I'll individually draw or randomly draw, and that person's going to win a $100 gift card to Amazon and a few other things that I'll be showing you on that day. So I appreciate you guys joining us in this collaboration. I love all of you that joined in with me, the other 16 channels. You guys have had some fabulous recipes. I know we got another week coming up with some really good recipes, so I can't wait to share those with you as well. Don't forget the collaboration playlist is right below. If you go down the description, it's right under, it says Greg's Kitchen, but it's right the next thing. And then underneath that has every day of the week or every day of the month has a link directly to that person's channel. So don't forget to go there. You need to like, subscribe, and the most important part is put a comment on there, because that's what's going to put you in the drawing to win the gift card from Amazon. So until next time, I hope you all have a great and safe week and weekend, because today actually, the 24th is Friday. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. God bless.